And it is Friday the 13th, September 13th, 2013. That's an interesting number. And even though most people think that Friday the 13th somehow is some kind of unlucky day, it's always been a very lucky day for me. In my teens, I actually won a Battle of the Bands called, it was the Teenage World's Fair, actually at the Cow Palace in San Francisco or Daly City or wherever it's at. And it was a very exciting time. I was 16 years old and we won this battle, and from that moment on, after we won that particular battle, I think when I was 16 years old, so I'm like a sophomore in high school. And from that point on, we were booked every weekend a year out on my calendar for paid performances. Sounds kind of crazy in today's world, hard to get those kinds of gigs, but those were the days. And my point is that Friday the 13th wasn't so unlucky for me. I always think of it as a lucky day. So, what have we released this week? Nothing. We actually have, and I have been working very hard on the harmony course, and actually the video clip is up right now on the site, but I'm trying to package so I don't overwhelm you guys with too many attachments. We're trying to work on a little different way to put the attachments in this particular lesson, because there's a bunch of very short audio clips, and I didn't want to put them just on the regular way. Hey, this is the weekly wrap-up. I'm just explaining to you what's going on. So even though we haven't officially posted the release of the harmony course, the video clip itself is on. You just can't get to the attachments yet. We're working on that. So that's what's going on. There's no release except for that. Also, because I was working so hard on that particular lesson, and that lesson incidentally is a very good lesson, and it has lots of information in it, and even the video clip is about 17, 18 minutes long. And it gets into talking to you about how to remember, or it's what's known as note song recognition, using songs to recognize intervals so you can remember what they are: major seconds, minor seconds, major thirds, minor thirds, the tritone, that's the evil devil tone. There was a time back in history where if you got involved with the tritone, which is actually a diminished fifth or flat five, that somehow you were in league with the devil, and no one was allowed to ever write a harmony or anything using the tritone if it was to be played in church. So that's not the case these days. Jimi Hendrix plays it in Purple Haze. Black Sabbath plays it in Black Sabbath. So maybe it is a little ooey ooey. But it's also the melody line to Maria from West Side Story. Now, how innocent is that? Anyway, all of that kind of information explaining those types of things are in this lesson 2 of the harmony course. I'm super excited about the harmony course. And it's not about this note recognition stuff. I've got to get this stuff out of the way just to get you guys prepared. What I'm really excited about is I think I have a wonderful way. I know I've been doing it for a long time. I have a wonderful way of teaching you how to hold your harmony part and how to sing way more in tune. Incidentally, even if you're not interested in singing in harmony, you want to learn about how to hold your harmony part, because learning how to hold your harmony part turns into learning how to lay right into the chord when you're singing lead, because every melody line is a harmony to the chord structure that's based around it. Doesn't matter if it's a piano or a guitar playing, or a band that you're singing with, or a karaoke CD that you're singing with, or if you're singing with a choir, or you're singing 2-part, 3-part harmony. You have to hold on to your part and keep it in tune. And this way that I use to teach people how to hold on to their note and at the same time make a relationship to all 12 other tones is fantastic for tuning you up and getting you really sharp. I always like to say, when people call me and they say, you know, one of my big problems is singing out of tune, I always say to them, I can solve about 85% of your pitch problems by teaching you how to sing correctly through your bridges, chest, mix, and head. There's so much information on the website now about how to do that. If you're a regular member and you've gone through the courses, man, you know what chest, mix, and head is. And if you're doing everything correctly and taking air pressure away, it really will solve a lot of your pitch problems. And the reason why is because lots of pitch problems are not that you don't hear notes right, they're that you are muscling up as you're trying to sing from lower to higher, or higher even back down to lower. If you don't make the right adjustments to the air pressures, it can get you out of tune just because you're not balanced right. So you get that problem solved, you can sing higher, you can sing with better quality, and you sing way more in tune. I like to say 85% because that leaves us 15% of fine tuning. That fine tuning is a little different. Even if you have all of your air pressures and everything worked out, you have to really learn how to make an association of holding one pitch against all the 12 pitches that are in music. And that's the secret. The secret is holding your spot or singing a particular note against another note and not letting those two notes together cause you to go out of tune. Especially the smaller intervals, like a minor second, which is a hard thing to hear and to sing to because it doesn't feel like a natural harmony. Natural harmonies feel more like thirds, flat thirds and major thirds stacked up on top of each other. I get into a lot about that in the harmony course, but first you've got to learn how to hold on to your note. I'm excited about that. I have a way of doing that I've been doing for years, but to figure out exactly how to lay that out in the video took me a little bit of a thought process of how I was going to present that to you. So that's coming in the harmony course, and I'm long-winded about this, but I'm just saying, even if you're not that interested in singing harmony, you want to learn how to hold your part against other parts because it will make you a better lead singer. Now, last week's musical tip at the wrap-up, I talked about the fact that scalular, singing small scalular steps, was a good approach for beginners, doing things like 5-note patterns and hearing those. The next step you want to get into, every singer should learn how to sing to the chromatic scale. The chromatic scale is notes moving in half steps. And singing to notes moving in half steps is a little strange at first if you're not used to it, because most of the scale patterns do move in a scalular motion. The chromatic motion is even smaller. And getting those small increments and learning how to sing to those small increments is a very good beginning approach to getting all of the notes in your ear. Simply going up nice and easy and slow. And as you're doing that, depending upon where you're at in your range, if I'm down here like there's a certain pressure in my throat. If I'm a little higher, that pressure changes. And feeling that air pressure and being able to sing the chromatic scale in different parts of your range will help you out a lot. Okay, so that is the weekly wrap-up. Again, September 13th, 2013. Interesting date. Have a great Friday the 13th for everybody. And again, you YouTubers, please come on over to totallyvocals.com, get the free lessons, get on the website, learn a lot about singing, learn how to develop your vibrato, learn how to sing through your range, learn how to harmonize, learn how to stay in tune, learn how to sing songs. We've got it all here. totallyvocals.com.